out of control. Hello, Benites, and welcome to the show. On tonight's show, I'm going to talk about... What the hell am I going to talk about? You can't predict what I'm going to talk about here. I don't even know. So we just watched a movie on Netflix, and it was great. Holly, what do you think? Look at the size of my freaking head. You know, I would have a full head of hair if I had a normal size head. All right, what's this conversation going on about Lisa Ann saying I blocked her? I never would block you. Like Ronnie said, Ronnie's my counsel. And like she said, I love saying Alugali. Now, what happens, Lisa, is I am doing them less often, but I'm still going to beg for money during them. And I'm doing them less often, but when I do them, I've been doing the hey Deb, I've been doing them for the YouTube subscribers. I blocked very few people, although lately I've blocked more. Listen, so let me tell you what's going on right now. Let me show you a picture here. Some of you have already seen this. I put it on my Instagram. This is our Walmart in Egg Harbor Township. Now, I want to tell you, this Walmart is about 10 years old. It's the newest Walmart in the area. And that's the sign. Now, if you could see my mouse up here where I'm circling this spot, that spot was the first that appeared like a couple years after it was open. And then they finally painted it. Well, now this is 2 years later. Look at that freaking sign. And when I say it's 10 years old, that's the newest Walmart in the area. So I go on to Twitter. I hate to abuse my power. And as you know, I have significant power. All right, just kidding. But I hate to abuse it. But sometimes it helps. So I go to Twitter and I put on there, hey, Walmart, any plans to spruce up the Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey store? You should really be ashamed of that storefront. And your carts are really bad. 20 minutes later, I get a message from them saying they would like me to direct message them because they want to explore this further. I'm trying to put that person on a temporary timeout because they're just such stupid questions. So I did send them a direct message, but they haven't answered yet. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to say, paint your freaking sign or close your shithole place and get out of my town. By the way, Ronnie, I thought when you said the other day that's a keeper that you had watched Severance already, the season finale. But you just must have meant the picture I sent you. Let's see. I have another message on here. Let me tell you, Stephanie, about that iced coffee recommendation. I'm sorry I'm yelling. It just gets me so fired up. Nescafe Ice got a blue label on it, a jar that'll make you 50 to 75 iced coffee drinks is $6.88. And you will say it is a Crystal. I was just thinking about you because I haven't seen you in weeks. It will make you an iced coffee as good as Dunkin' on their best day or Starbucks. Holly makes them every morning. They taste the same, and I like them. And when she doesn't make them, I want to know why she hates me. And they're just so good. Little bit of creamer, a little bit of Splenda or some bullshit or stevia. And oh my God. Plus, because I ordered mushroom coffee, they sent me one of those little whisk things that you press the button and spin frother. And that mixes it perfect. Oh, God. Is your puppy doing better? Well, then we'll just have to mix them in a cup. That sounds good. You like pistachio, Hal? Stephanie's been using a pistachio syrup in hers. Is that like where you get like the caramel and stuff syrup for like coffees? Because I'll have to find it. That sounds delightful. I already have an idea. By the way, if anybody wants to be a producer of Bad Ben 15 or part of a producer or something, okay, good. We'll all think good, positive thoughts and say a little prayer. What's the pupper's name? Little T. Oh, Little T was in our movie. It's that Torani brand, Hal. We'll have to keep Little T in our thoughts and we'll ask about him. Pistachio. I wonder if Target has that or Acme. Acme, as my mother used to say. It's Acme, ACME, like in the cartoon. You know, like what? Yeah, like people here say bottle too instead of bottle. I say bottle, but bottle. They are. Well, some of them are. Why don't you watch them for what you would pay? Oh, you know what? On Fandango, they might be there. I think they're free with commercials. But you can join Bad Ben TV at badbentv.com. And for $6, you can watch everything we've ever done. We need little T to be better. Little T, Crystal's dog, has kidney stones. I'm getting all kinds of reactions to my attacking Walmart. With great power comes great responsibility.
Has she watched Severance yet, or what?
You can also buy the Blu-rays, Fire Monkey. I don't have them right now, but I'll have them by the end of the week. Or you can buy, we do have the keychains, and the keychains are a thumb drive that has all the, Nicholas, you need to slow down, buddy. My favorite Bad Ben was the first one. My second favorite one was the seventh one. But I like them all. Yeah, Ronnie just said it. There's a thumb drive that will plug in any smart TV, and it's a USB-A and a USB-C. And so you can plug it in your phone, your tablet, or your TV, or your computer, and you can watch all 14 films plus a couple of the specials. Oh, I don't want to be on Twitch. Oh, I guess I will. I'm already on there. Am I off something now? Let me see. What channels I'm on? Oh, let me shut off Twitch. I'll leave it on for now.
Make up your mind, damn it.
Shut your damn mouth. Why do you always embarrass me? I'm here talking to the Benites and you're calling me an asshole.
So, did she watch Severance or not?
Oh, yes, yes. Well, Ronnie threw me for a loop because I sent her that picture of Severance the other day and she wrote, "That's a keeper." Well, she must have been referring to the picture because she emailed me today to tell me she finally watched it.
I want to know what everybody thinks of the end, or at least what she thinks, if she's the only one who's watched it.
Well, if anybody doesn't want to hear a Severance spoiler, get the hell out. No offense. I love you. Just mute.
It's already been several days.
Just mute it. When I go like this, you can unmute it because we're going to talk about it.
Because I have very specific thoughts.
But hello, Sarah Ann and Janaea. Ronnie, what do you think of the end? Or anybody that watched it? Because doesn't our other Lisa Ann Alugali?
I can't keep track of who watches it, and I just remember that.
Well, Ronnie and I are soulmates.
Your buddy, Ronnie.
And we both, like the three of us, pretty much share the same. We share the same views. Linda said she loved the 70s action thriller feeling to the end. I liked when I liked when she didn't kill the goat.
That was great. The fight in the hallway was great, I thought. But what does she think about what Mark did at the end?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yay or nay? If she doesn't want to get into it.
Well, she says Egan isn't going to remove Helly. He likes her.
No, I think that's going to be a big part of season 3.
But I'm not sure where they will go now. They have to stay in that place to be together. Well, that's my thing. If, what's her name? Gemma. If Gemma's now out.
It's going to be her trying to get Mark out now instead of the other way around.
Well, Mark gets off work unless they lock him on that floor.
Well, it's in the middle of a revolution, dude.
But if he walks out, he's going to then be in love with Gemma again. Lisa says, I think nay.
Really?
Nay what? What was the question?
What did they think of what he did at the end?
She says nay, staying with. I assume that means she doesn't like it.
Well, Helly is not my favorite person. However, I've decided that I don't like Outie Mark very much. He's very selfish and self-centered. And he was very dismissive of any Mark's feelings. He got Helly's name wrong. And it's just, I knew as soon as that happened that something was going to go down. And you have to remember that he turned back into Any Mark. And Any Mark has no connection to Gemma or Miss Casey. He has a connection with Helly, so of course he would want to be with her.
That's her name, Brianna of Tarth.
Yeah.
I like when she ruined it. And it was so funny when he went through that mind meld in the elevator and he came to when the gun went off and he
knocked it off, Archer.
Shot him in the head.
Lay down.
Nicholas, thank you. I'm glad you like Bad Men. Stephanie, what do you mean you guess you should watch this show?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. All right. Spoilers over. By the way, you can get Ronnie's defending Outie Mark. She says he's still grieving and only wants Gemma back.
I understand.
But he's not a nice person, is what Holly's saying.
He is not. And so, therefore, he was not Outie Mark at that moment. So I can't fault Any Mark for wanting to be with the only person who's shown any love for him. Every
time they say that Any and Outie, all I think of is belly buttons. Yeah. Stephanie, do you have Apple TV? If not, if you buy a new phone or tablet, they give it to you for like 2 years. But also, they have periodically free trials. Apple TV is the new HBO, which is what Holly said. And I had thought about it, but she's right. It had Severance was unbelievable. Severance is unbelievable. Servant was unbelievable.
Until the end, you didn't like the end.
No, I thought the end episodes sucked. But also, if I went down our list of shows we're watching right now,
Paradise.
BTS stuff. It makes it hard to hate Mr. Milchek. Haha.
I like Milchek.
She likes him except for his tiny ears. She says his ears are infinitesimal.
They look like, what's his faces?
They look like doll ears on a human head.
Yeah, but they look like Will Smith. Will Smith also has very small ears.
Let me tell you something. I was in Walgreens yesterday, and this young sister was working the cash register. Why'd you go?
You called her a young sister.
Well, I'm part black. And so I walk in there and I say, and there's 2 people at the front, her and another employee. I says, is anybody watching Severance? And the one girl with pink and yellow hair says, no. So I wasn't really interested in her. But the young sister says to me, no. I said, ugh. And then I said, how about, do you have Hulu? She said, yes. I said, have you watched Paradise? No. I said, ugh.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
I said, do you know who Sterling K. Brown is? She said, no. I said, ugh, you're an embarrassment to our people. And I said, how about, all right, so Walmart just answered me, folks. So I said, did you see This Is Us? She goes, yeah. I said, he was the black guy. Oh.
He was the black guy. That's very...
Appreciate you bringing this to our attention, Nigel. Have you tried to reach out to the store manager regarding the conditions you mentioned? Also, what day, time was this picture taken?
What difference does that make?
I have brought it to your attention. I am not engaging in a chat with a store manager. You don't think they know? Also, I'm betting parenthesis, but I don't know for sure. They have asked to have this fixed, and corporate is dragging their feet. I've told you the store, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, and it should be acted on. Unless you want to continue to be an embarrassment to our community. I don't like writing these type of messages, but this really annoys me. This also, if you want some fun, go there and try to find a shopping cart where all 4 of the wheels spin. Sometimes I feel like I'm pushing a box through your store. And to answer your question, this picture was taken yesterday morning around 9 a.m. March 22nd, 2025. So what I wrote, I brought it to your attention. I'm not engaging in a chat with a store manager. You don't think they know? Also, I'm betting, but don't know for sure, they have asked to have this fixed and corporate is dragging their feet. I've told you the store, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, and it should be acted on, unless you want to continue to be an embarrassment to our community. I don't like writing these type of messages, but this really annoys me. Also, if you want some fun, go there and try find a shopping cart where all 4 of the wheels spin. Sometimes I feel like I'm pushing a box through your store. And to answer your question, this picture was taken yesterday morning around 9 a.m. I put 9 p.m. Oh, God. Let me tell you something. I don't like flashbacks too often either, Ronnie, but sometimes they work. We have a Walmart that is down in Rio Grande, which is about 25 miles from here. So it takes about a half an hour because it's right off the parkway if we decide to shoot down the parkway. And when you go to that one, the parking lot is clean, the carts work, the store is clean and straight and everything. And it's a super Walmart. Became one about 3 or 4 years ago. It used to be just a Walmart till then. But even the one that's like this Walmart's about 10 minutes from us. There's another one that's about 15 minutes from us. And that one's better, but not a whole lot better. It's straight inside, it's clean. This Walmart, that sign is just embarrassing. Oh, God, why do I bother? Now, they got back to us in 20 minutes.
Right.
Now what we have to do is see if any action's taken on this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not just the parts that need to be painted, but now there's like parts that are bubbling up underneath it, so they need to paint that whole sign all over again.
As much money as Walmart makes, they could redo the whole thing. Because what that is, the reason why that happens with paint normally has to do with the concrete being damp. And I don't mean when they painted it. I mean like it sweats underneath. Like you ever look at concrete and it's wet, but it hasn't rained? That's moisture coming up from underground. Nicholas, I have not seen Life of Luxury.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, Pocket says, a store manager, I complained about glass bottles yesterday at a grocery store that were on an unsafe shelf. And they said they could easily be knocked over. And I was told they were aware. People regularly knock the bottles over and break them. And it was up to corporate, not the store. Well, that's why I write a post that goes to corporate.
And they tell you to talk to the people at the store.
They want me to go in there and say, hey, I say, you know what? If you're on blast, because if they don't take action on this, I want to see a ladder up there tomorrow.
Oh,
All right. If in 2 weeks this thing isn't being dealt with, I plan on taking our conversation, because it's a private DM right now. They don't want to be on blast on the internet because they know the power you people have, the Benites.
They don't understand fully the power of Nigel.
They don't understand the power of Jojo Bach. I will be out there with a sign that says, paint this or get the hell out. Have you tried to reach out to the store manager? You got balls, whoever's on the other end.
How do you really feel, though?
Oh, God, I'm so disgusted. And it's not just them. Home Depot. By the way, folks, you all know what a Home Depot is. It's a home store where you buy lumber or lawnmowers or stuff for your garden or nails or stuff to build houses. And what's the big section of Walmart? Paint. It's huge in Walmart and in Lowe's and in even Ace and True Value stores. Paint. But the outside of their store is the paint is peeling. the yellow, the orange. I'm going after them next. And that's in this township too. The other Home Depots I go to don't look like that. I think they're just telling us we're a bunch of worthless, low-life hillbilly scum.
Oh my God.
Well, I will get these hillbillies and I will line up in front of Walmart and protest.
You should do it.
Thank you. It's Nightly. I mean, what the hell do they think? This Walmart is terrible though, because these other two Walmarts I talk about, you walk up and down the aisle, stuff is straight. It's lined up on the shelves. When I worked retail at Bradley's, at night, we didn't go home until we went up and down every aisle and pulled all the stuff to the front. This Walmart, well, they've corrected one of the problems. Like in the men's sock aisle or underwear aisle, the shit was all at the bottom. Like it had been pulled off, like somebody just pulled it off the peg hook and threw it down there, or looked at it and dropped it, or tore it open and pulled out a t-shirt. But anyway, they put that behind lock and key, because along with baby formula, because it was being, I guess, highly pilferable, which you can't blame them for doing that. But the shelves are shit's knocked over. It looks like they're built on the San Andreas Fault. And it's not the whole store. It's mainly grocery, and it used to be menswear. But like I said, they've locked up a lot of stuff in menswear. Just gets me so upset. And Home Depot, a home store, has the paint peeling on the orange stripe that goes. Now, they did tell me one thing. They told me that they're tenants in that store, that they can't get up there and paint it, that they need to have it. Nicholas, how old are you? I got to understand what's going on here. So, how old are you? Well, it's I think the township honestly ought to give them a citation. They don't have to fine them, but they give them a citation, say you've got 90 days to correct this slight, that as Ronnie worded it. Okay, Nicholas, buddy, listen. Um, you're 8 years old, and that's a little young to be in this room. Um, and I hope your parent or parents uh, know you're here, but I tend to talk a little on the adult side. So, by adult side, I mean my mouth tends to, well, you've watched Bad Ben, so you know. So, you really need to make sure that your parents know that you're watching my live broadcast and possibly show them that to make sure they're okay with it. But when you ask a question, I'll answer typically, but you don't have to keep asking it over and over again. I don't know what Menards is, okay? But I really would appreciate it, because I know, you, well, you're you're on the young side to be in here, and there's nothing wrong with that, because before you know it, I was 8 one day and the next day I was 58. So it happens quick. But I'm going to ask that you Well, you said your parents know you're here. All right. Well, they are acrylic signs. The letters are, right? Isn't that plastic acrylic? But it's like the other Walmarts don't have this problem. Although the facade they have at the other Walmart is totally different in that it is like a beige or something, and they have that yellow like sun thing next to the Walmart. And like I said, the store itself, 2/3 of the store is very straight, but a third of it is really junky. And have you seen all the complaints about Walmart and their meat? How it will say 2 pounds and people will throw it on a scale while they're in there and it might be a pound. So much so that when I was in there the other day, she had me picking up some meat to make chili. And when I was in there the other day, I picked up meat and I put it on the scale to weigh it. But that's your introduction into the community. And I will tell you, this Walmart saved that area because yeah, they caused a lot of smaller businesses to go under, but they're right at the border of a city which has no department stores or grocery store anymore. And it's very accessible to that city. And that whole roadway there, they're right across the street, by the way, from the home office of Spencer Gifts, which has more than doubled their size of their building in the past year. It's incredible. I'll take a picture of it one day and post it. And between them and some other, you know, big businesses that have opened there, that entryway into that city looks very much improved. Unless you look at the Walmart sign, which looks like a giant shot spitballs at it.
Wow,
How was that for an analogy?
that's good.
You like it? You like it? It just angers me, folks. All right, Nicholas. Good night, buddy. Now, I can almost guarantee you that he is going to come back in on Facebook or something. But he's 8 years old. First of all, I don't believe he's 8, but he doesn't belong in this room. All right, Linda, feel better. I blocked poor Nicholas. They're not putting a proper undercoat pocket, that's for sure. I mean, let me bring this picture up again. It gets me so upset. You see what you're doing to me? Oh shit, that's not what I want. Let's do this so that I'm small. Look up here. This is like peeling. This is like a 3-inch by a 3-foot by like 18-inch piece of the paint just peeling. And these are just parts that have fallen off. Now, have you contacted the manager? Well, guess what? Look at the base. I mean, there's bikes there, but that paint, when it peeled, wound up down here. So somebody cleaned it up. Look, even the stop sign looks like shit. That's not their fault. But you should see how trashy this parking lot is, too.
Well, people that shop there aren't exactly, you know.
I shop there. But I have made it a point to notify corporate that your store looks like dung. Nicholas got blocked, Hal.
I figured.
Have you seen the Final Destination? It's called Final Destination, not The Final Destination, unless one of them was named The Final Destination. Oh my God. What are 8-year-olds doing watching me? I love when people tell me, oh, my daughter loves your movies. How old's your daughter? 11. What? Come on now. I got a filthy mouth. They said, no, they know that. Your street was repaved in 2022, and within 6 months, all the lines painted. Well, the thing that chaps my ass is when they pave a road and then they cut it to like run a pipe or something. Now, I understand if underground they have something go wrong, they need to do that. Our road got paved. Oh, God, it's probably been about 5 years ago now. It was before the pandemic. They repaved the road, and it's great. But it wasn't bad to begin with. I just wish, and this is I've threatened to run for city council, and my motto would be sidewalks for all.
I told you should do it.
They should run sidewalks up and down all the streets all around. Or you know what? You don't even have to do that. Pave them. Make a paved pathway down the side. It's probably a quarter of the cost. And, you know, we have so many kids on bikes in this town and so many parents pushing babies and strollers and all. And there's not like our street. Our street, we have bikes go up and down it all the time, and there is no shoulder. Well, that's part the bicyclist's fault too, because it's these guys in spandex with their helmets and like their balls being smothered, riding up there like a gang, 10 of them. All right. They answered me again. Thank you for the clarification. Can you please also provide us with your phone number and email address? We'll send this issue to our specialists so they can take a closer look into the issue with your store, and they may have additional questions. Hello? What's your additional question? Where can we find a good painter? Pay me, I'll paint it. I'll get Mike over there. The problem is they need to put a scaffolding up because they like can't stand on a roof and paint it. That is probably 25 feet tall. Can I please provide you with your phone with your phone number? Yeah, that's what I need. Another freaking phone call.
Oh.
You know, when you have a couple thousand followers, and I don't know what I have on Twitter. Hang on, I can tell you. It's only 3,300 followers, but still, you know, if they're looking at my account right now, my avatar has a pink circle around it and says live. So they see that I broadcast live, and then they read it. Author, screenwriter, producer of Bad Ben movie, badben.com. They might think, oh, this guy. I also wrote him on Instagram, but I didn't check there. I'll tell you, if I go in this store and I do see the manager, who I know who she is, I've seen her before, I'm going to say to her, what is with the sign? I said, I just want to let you know that I made a post on social media about it, and corporate's been in contact with me and said I need to talk to you. Well, you know, it's not my job to be in contact with you about this because you see it every day. And I told them I'm guessing that corporate's got to come down and do the fix. They've got to authorize the fix. So get off your ass and get it done.
Yeah. I love when you get all worked up.
And if you're unhappy that I did that, don't want me coming in your store anymore, twist my arm. I'll go to Mays Landing or Rio Grande. You know who's got the best shopping carts around? Acme. They got new ones in the past year. Target's got good carts too. But I don't know what's happening with them. I don't know if people are taking them home and racing them down the street or what. But there's less and less every day. Actually, that's not true. I never go in the main entrance. I go in the small entrance at the end. By the way, people, stuff's on sale in the shop. The talkers are cheap. The coffee mugs are cheap. The t-shirts are cheap. And people will go into Walmart or they'll order from Amazon and hurt these smaller stores. But these smaller stores, the facades may look dated, but they're clean. Oh, I'm so worked up. I don't need this stress on a Sunday night, the Lord's Day. Yeah, Pocket, with you saying that, the store might have the responsibility of the actual budget, but the store is failing to maintain the Walmart appearance that needs to be action on by corporate and is a corporate complaint. What would they do if the W fell off and it said Allmart? Allmart. I'm fired up, Hal.
I can tell. I can tell.
Another change I'd make there is right next door are those apartments, but the fence runs around the entire apartment complex all the way up to the pike. And next door to that is the senior citizen, like, the assisted living place. And all those people are on those scooters. I would put an opening in the fence behind the senior center and the apartments so those people could ride right into the Walmart lot.
That's smart.
But I want sidewalks for all. If anybody in Egg Harbor Township's watching, sidewalks for all. Nigel Jojo Bach running as an independent.
What time is it?
It is almost 6 o'clock, 5 to 6. Why?
Just curious.
Am I boring you?
No, you are not boring me.
I'm so upset right now.
What about the polls?
Oh, don't get me started on them. Look, folks, here's what the story is with the polls. We've got over the Black Horse Pike out near where the Hamilton Mall, which is almost dead, is. They put up these traffic lights, and the poles that go to the ground are huge. Like, imagine 4 telephone poles strapped together, and they go up to these huge poles that then stick out over the highway and have traffic lights on them. Now, they have to be that huge because of the weight they're holding. But both sides, this is tough to explain. She's got me so upset now. But the traffic poles cross like this, okay? And there's a divider down the center. Well, if they put another pole in the center, it wouldn't be holding all that weight on that small fulcrum point. It's bad design. Oh, and if I went over the traffic circle with you that's out at the airport, they did away with this traffic circle a couple years ago. A lot of you don't have them. They're called, I mean, there's very few places in the country that have them, but they're called roundabouts, where like 4 streets will intersect, 4 or more, and they go into a circle. And it's like people don't know what the hell to do. Well, they did away with this traffic circle. Well, if you saw how they rebuilt it, you would take and you would wonder to yourself how these people call themselves engineers.
They need to rethink their career choice.
That's right. Ronnie's finally having a kitchen put in. Thank you. Somebody made a donation. Oh, your ass. See, now my blood sugar went up. That probably has a lot to do with the jelly beans I ate. Thank you, Tom. Well, it's tough to explain, but they have 2 highways that cross. So basically, put up a traffic light, which they have also. But to the sides of that intersection, they still have partial round. It is so fucked up. I can't begin to explain it. If I still had a drone, I'd take a picture from overhead. If I was the township, because that is 2 county roads that cross. If I was the township, I would close that circle and tell them we'll reopen it when you fix it, you shit asses.
Don't get all twisted.
You know, I'm almost 60 years old. Can barely handle this.
Tell them my news
What's your news?
about Sleep Token.
Oh, she's had to take several cold showers a day because Sleep Token is now active again. And her best friend bought her tickets to see Sleep Token. She should fly out here and go with you.
She doesn't like them. I'm the one with the good taste of music.
Oh, you're unbelievable. Yes, the Korean K-pop you're into also.
What Korean K-pop? I only like...
That Gung Ho is a part of.
He is not. He's an actor.
What's the guy you liked from the show with the pink hair?
Thanos. He was in a band that's not even together anymore. He was in a band called Big Bang.
Big Bang. All right, folks. I've been on an hour. I need to calm the hell down now. Anybody want to be a producer or go buy something in the Bad Ben shop, please? But thank you for listening to my rant. See you. Love you. Bye for now. Oh, I got the ending.